Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 17 of Red Dirt and Stardust, a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition Western and pirate sci-fi campaign. So last we left the party, they had docked at Creator's Hollow and went straight to the Rose Inn, where they met the family of Jedidiah. Excited to have Jedidiah back home for a little bit, their mother decided to break into the rainy day fund and paid for a trip to see Chauncey's younger sister, Winifred, perform at the old opera house, and then took the entire group out to dinner at a very expensive restaurant called Troubadours, where they had a lovely meal. Upon returning, very early in the morning, they had an interesting guest arrive, a person who has been looking for Jed for quite a while, who revealed herself to be the angel Zariah, who serves Aradiel, the enemy of Mazarendael. We begin as the angel has just revealed herself, and we're going to roll initiative. So I've already rolled initiative for Zariah. I need initiative for everyone else.
14.
Oh my goodness. Okay, one at a time. Lyla.
14.
14 for Lyla. Velantrios.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
If when she started her rant, could Chauncey do one? He doesn't have time to do anything really, like armor wise or anything, but can he cast his once a day? What do you call it? The thing from being what is it? Oh, it's on his sheet. Why don't I let me pull up his sheet? Can I have my gift of alacrity up for this?
Yes, I will say she definitely, when she announced herself as Zariah, blah blah blah, you all definitely heard her upstairs. You probably also saw the light shining up the stairs. So if you have like a spell or an action that you want to do before combat starts, I will let you do that in the time when she announces herself.
So in that case, Chauncey's just going to gift of alacriity.
Would be
So with gift of alacrity, I got a 26 on initiative.
26 for Chauncey. Jed and Shaw.
8.
8 for Jed.
Get it.
Cool. And Shaw, what did you get?
He said what? Huh?
Oh, I think you're muted, so I didn't hear the number.
Sorry, 10. That's my bad.
10. Okay. I was like, I can't hear you, but you're not muted. I forgot you mute through your actual mic. Okay.
My bad.
Wow. So it looks like first up is Chauncey with Velantrios on deck, followed by Lyla.
Loverly.
So how far would it be to go down the stairs and confront her? Like, how much movement?
I'll allow you all to somewhat have been meandering towards the stairs, so I'm going to say about 15 feet of movement to get to the bottom of the stairs.
Okay. And how is she in the center of the room? Like, how much movement to get there?
To get to the center of the room, I would say another 15 feet to get to the center of the room.
Yeah.
I would say Jed is standing at the bottom of the steps, unless you moved somewhere else.
Probably pretty close there, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you needed to squeeze past Jed to charge Zariah.
Well, Chauncey's got spider climb, so he can do some.
Oh yeah, he can just run up the wall.
Over the stairs, run down and fuck them all. It's just Lovey May is gonna run behind or jump over Jed or something crazy. So yeah, Chauncey's just like, this sounds bad. She's threatening to kill us and exterminate us all, and she called me a leech. So he's just barreling down the stairs with the toy department. And he's got his fire maul out, no armor. This is totally fine. I'm gonna swing at her.
Cool. Give me that fire damage separately.
Okay. Ooh, the first one's only a 13 to hit.
That does not hit. She parries you away with this golden rod with a star on the end of it, her morning star.
The second hit is a nat 20.
All right.
Boom, baby.
Okay, so you need the fire damage separate from the...
I do need the fire damage separately.
Okay.
I want to
so-
see some freaking angel guts.
So the fire damage
Above
from the
game.
crit is 12 plus 11 is 23. So 23 fire damage from the crit.
Oh, 23 fire damage from the crit.
Yeah.
All right.
And then
So
9 plus 12 is 21 plus 5. 26 bludgeoning damage from the crit.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
Boom shakalaka.
Chauncey's mace deals 4d6 damage.
Oh yeah, because we upgraded it.
You just upgraded it. The maul does 4d6. 2d6 bludgeoning, 2d6 fire.
Chauncey with a weapon in his hands is disgusting.
It
Like,
Remember when he
Better than
started the game
gun.
with a yo-yo as his weapon?
oh yeah. Yep, I
It deals
distinctly
with
remember the
anything.
yo-yo.
he's like, hang on, I found a stick. Bonk. Dead. Like,
It's insane. All
Bonus
right.
action, I'm actually going to have, instead of Lovey May's next to him, but she's not going to attack, we're going to have Tailipo attack from a distance.
Yes.
I forgot about Tailipo.
Yep.
So yeah, Chauncey's just like, Tailipo, do it. And that is a
Tailipo attack mode.
that if she uses my spell attack modifier, so that should be
I love that we're doing D&D Pokemon again. Like,
I know.
a dirty 20 to hit off Tailipo,
Yep, that hits.
and she's gonna take another just 4 force damage because that deals shit damage. But I got a crit. I'm happy. I'm good. You guys do something now.
Yeah, you really fucked her up. I'll just say that. So next up is Velantrios with Lyla on deck.
So, he, she, angel thing.
dang.
Angel is she. The
She.
angel she.
Okay, she has a metal weapon, right?
She has a gold weapon.
Gold is a metal. I'm gonna do heat metal.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Do 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 do
What is that?
do.
It held objects. I forgot about that.
She has to
She's
make
got
a
a
save
way-
or she'll drop it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
right.
why he's
Smart.
doing it. So what save is it?
It is a. Where are you?
Con?
Where would it say it?
It should say it in the spell's description.
Yeah, it's con.
Any creature
Or
in physical contact takes blah blah blah.
2d8 fire damage when you cast a spell.
Yep.
Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action to cost damage again if it's still holding it. Creature must succeed on a con save or drop the object.
All right.
Okay,
Yep. So it's a
what's-
con save. So what is your spell save DC?
Spells.
Oh. If it doesn't drop it, it has a disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. That's actually pretty
Oh.
cool.
Oh,
It's
wow,
pretty
that's-
badass, actually.
I was gonna say that's actually really OP.
So
Well-
where would I find my spell?
Your-
My DC?
Your
Above
spell save
spells.
DC should be right above your spell list, yeah. Like
Oh,
up in that top little box there. It should say save
spell
DC.
save DC is 16.
She got a 22. So she's still holding on to the weapon. But I
She
believe
still
she still
takes-
takes fire damage.
2d8. And she'll have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okie dokie. 2d8.
It's actually pretty bamf. Well, now I gotta remake my turn because now I don't have to do that.
Okay.
Oh, were
it
you
is
gonna
going
cast heat metal?
No, I was gonna give her disadvantage also, but I don't need to anymore.
15.
All right, 15. Okay. Damn, you guys are fucking her up.
Why is
All
it
right.
that whenever the boss is like supposed to be dangerous, we have no trouble?
Just blend them up, but then I throw something really easy at you and you all are like dying left and right. It's like
The trick
she's
is
resistant
one
to fire
enemy,
too.
one enemy we kill quick. 6 enemies we die.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
yeah, you watch as this morning star begins to burn her flesh, but it doesn't do as much as you think it would, and she does not drop it. Is there anything else you'd like to do before we move on to Lyla with Shaw on deck?
How bad was her initiative roll?
Yeah, I was
Awful.
gonna say.
Awful. You all go first.
Oh my god, I got an 8.
Oh.
She rolled so bad.
She's
and she
busy
has
monologuing,
no dex.
okay?
She's still
Who's
monologuing.
monologuing and we're just like throat chop.
Basically.
I just like
So
to
I
think.
have guiding bolt as a action.
You've already
You
used your
already
action
used
to
your action.
cast heat metal.
Okay.
Well, hang on one sec. I think that's my brother. I'll be right back.
In which case I'm good, I guess.
Oh, well, we gotta wait for Lila's turn.
No, it's cool. I already know what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go with the classic. I was gonna role play it, but it's fine.
All right.
I'm gonna do the Mind Sliver Flourish Imbued Fairy Fire combo.
Oh, so that is yes. Okay. So
Yeah,
what's the
so we'll
save
go-
for Mind Sliver?
That's intelligence 14. I feel like an angel's gonna be pretty smart, but this is worth a
Why
go.
the fuck? Okay.
Yes!
She rolled a 6.
She scores. All right. So that's hang on. Let me give you the psychic and then I'll need the deck save for Fairy Fire.
Right.
Well, psychic actually was poop. That was only 4, but chip damage is damage.
Yes.
And yeah, then I'll need the dex for Fairy Fire.
All right. Holy cow. I'm not using this D20 anymore.
No, you got it, man.
She got a 4, so she's fairy fired.
All right, Fairy Fired. There we go. And oh, wait. She got a 4 minus 1d4.
Well, doesn't matter.
Doesn't
She's not
matter.
saving out of this fairy fire.
I'm just saying, like,
He also doesn't have legendary resistance, surprisingly.
possible 0. Loving that. All
let's
right, somebody
find
smash
out.
your head in.
All right. So next up is Shaw.
Mind Spike. I'll cast a 3rd level wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Let's see if this die is any better. Oh, that's better. Dirty 20.
Oh, okay. So half damage. 11. So half of 11.
Wait, what's the secondary effect of Mind Spike?
It doesn't work if they save, but I
But,
know where
what
they're
is
at.
it?
I think.
Oh, okay, well, never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna try to help you, but
You know the target's location.
Okay, so half of 11 would be 5. So.
Yeah, I did
Alright.
5 damage.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
All right. Is there anything else that you want to do, Shaw, before we move on to Jed?
Can I
and then
go
finally
back up the stairs a bit?
Yeah. Oh, so you're like halfway up the steps.
Yeah, that works.
Coward strats.
Yes.
Yeah. So now it is Jed, it's your turn, followed by Zariathale.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Summon Shadow Spawn.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
We return to D&D Pokemon.
we do. So I do some unholy chanting, and then this disgusting shadowy thing emerges. I think maybe out of my shadow, and I'm using the form of God, despair. And I'm gonna summon it right next to her.
Cool.
And so whenever she starts her turn next to it, her movement speed is reduced by 20 feet. And yeah, then fuck it. I'll quicken spell a Toll the Dead.
All right. And that does do necrotic damage, correct?
It does do necrotic damage.
Awesome.
So it's a DC 17 Wisdom.
DC 17 Wisdom. Let's see if she can get this. She has a pretty high Wisdom. 14.
Hell yeah. Oh no,
So she
I fucking
saves my
hate
spell, but
this.
fails everyone else's. Okay.
So annoying that you can't just make Toll the Dead roll the d12s instead of the d8s.
I know, it's
Oh,
horrible.
it's so annoying. Yeah.
Okay, 12 necrotic damage.
Ouchie wah wah. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, but then my shadow spawn goes.
Oh yes, I forgot. I forgot.
And yeah, so he's gonna do a chilling rend attack. Um, I'd like to think it's a very demonic looking shadowy thing, maybe
Oh, I'm
somewhat
sure.
lending the form of Mazaran Dael himself with some flames and shit because Jed's all about fire. Why didn't I roll that with my actual? Oh, it's because I can't click on anything to roll this. It's because
Oh.
it's in the spell description. But I
That's
did
annoying.
still get a plus what? +3 plus the spell. Oh, that's the damage. Where's the plus my spell attack modifier? Oh wow, that's really good. um, that's a
Yeah.
27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And
Jesus.
so she's gonna take 1d12 +3 plus the spell's level of cold damage.
Damn.
Oh my god.
I only rolled a 4, but then I add +6 to that. So 10 cold
10.
damage.
Oh, 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 she's hurting. Um,
And that's my turn.
all right. So it's her turn now. And you watch as she takes a deep breath for a moment and you see this gold swirl around some of her wounds. And then the gold fades away as there's a look of horror on her face. And she takes her mace and just in a scream of rage is going to swing at you twice, Jed.
Can she reach me? She has a movement speed of 10 feet right now.
It's a movement speed of 10 feet. Oh, shit. I don't think she can. That's annoying. So she's going to smack your shadow spawn.
All right. That's better.
Because it's the only thing that she can do because you've pinned her the fuck down. And she's actually going to, because she still has disadvantage on melee attacks, correct? Wait. Nope, she's just going to deal with it. She's going to use Sun's Guidance to gain advantage. So this is a regular roll on your shadow spawn.
All right.
And holy shit.
His armor class is 14.
14. Okay, yeah, I definitely hit. Or finally 24.
Ouch.
So that's going to be, I don't think I need to separate anything out.
Nope.
That's gonna
Unless
be
you're doing
8.
necrotic.
Nope, 8 points of piercing damage. And then, where's my other one? There we are. 10 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And she's going to swing on him again. This is the only thing she can do. Does an 18 hit?
Yeah.
All right. So that's going to be 11 points of piercing damage. And, whoops, that one doesn't count. 12 points of radiant damage as she just smashes into this shadow spawn. And that is going to be the end of her turn. However, smashing through the door with a roar is a golden lion.
Of course.
With a pair of beautiful wings tinged with the same sort of sunset colors as it comes roaring in.
So
and it's actually going to surprise. It's actually going to move up to your shadow spawn.
All right.
And it's going to pounce on it. So I have to make a claw attack.
Cool. He has 1 hit point.
Okay. All right, cool. I'm just reading it. Hits creature with its claw attack. Okay, so I have to do a claw attack. Where is that? And does an 18 hit?
That'll do.
All right, so it's dead since you said he had 1 hit point left.
Yes.
So your shadow spawn is dead. And let me see. Nope,
Just a
since it's
shadow
dead, he can't
spawn.
use his bonus action to make an extra. Yeah, so that is the end of the lion's turn that is now in play. So we are back up to the top with Chauncey. You're right next to this angel woman.
My poor buddy.
Chauncey and Lovey
lived for
May are
less
just
than
like,
one round.
she's just, there's a giant shadow spawn that just got ripped apart. There's spells flying everywhere, and they're just like, cool. Chauncey's just gonna be like, you really shouldn't turn your back on me, and does a 26 hit.
Yes, a 26 hits.
Okay. Fire damage, since you need me to separate it, is
Yep.
only 6.
So is that
bludgeoning
already halved?
damage, Yep, so 6, and then the bludgeoning is gonna be 15.
Jesus Christ, she is not looking too hot.
I have an extra attack. Let's go again. That one is only a 17 to hit.
That hits. She's not that hard to hit. She's not wearing armor.
Fire damage is 5 on that one.
And was that divided by half already?
That was not divided by half.
Okay.
The bludgeoning damage is 7 on that.
Okay, well, she's gone. Nice. So you smack into her, and there's a bright flash of light from her lantern. And time seems to slow for you, Jed. As you see her, she turns to you. This isn't over. You've only waylaid me. I will go back to the heavens, and they will hear of this. And then she transforms into a beautiful stained glass window with her visage on it, holding a lantern with a mace above her head made out of a shining star, her wings, and her lion before it shatters.
Jed was like about to like try to have like a quippy comeback, but then she turned into a window. And he's just like, okay.
But the rest of you just see her vanish in a bright flash of light. But the lion is still here, and the lion is enraged.
Ooh. And there's just a little fucking flying toy sphinx that's gonna dart it for 25 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
It's gonna take 7 points of force damage because I rolled max damage on that.
Oh wow.
D4?
7 points. All right.
Just 7 little points. And yeah, Taily Poe's like she's doing coward, like dart around, fly around. She's a tiny little construct, and she's just, I don't know, I guess it probably fires out of her like little glass wings, like a little chime sound, darts of energy, and then she's gonna go hide. Chauncey's just standing there with Lovey May, squaring up on this thing.
All right. So after Chauncey, it is Velantrios. Your heat metal has gone down, so you're no longer concentrating because she's gone. So what would you like to do? There's just the golden lion.
I look towards the lion, and I cast Bane.
Oh, okay. Charisma saving throw, I believe it is.
Uh-huh.
He does not have good charisma.
Charisma saving throw is 16.
Well, he got an 8. So that is
Where was
a 5.
It was on the
So he's
fucking
baned.
Yep.
Right
So
fucking door.
Velantrios raises his hand and
I got your spotty potty.
what's going on?
But sometimes I want to beat you. How did
So
Okay, so a
production values.
So a very like a serpent made of green light wraps around this the lion. It snaps at its neck before dissipating inside of it.
All right. So, yep. lion is baned now. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Oh, and our next turn is Lyla.
Of course. 1 second. Bonus actions. Where are you? I'm going to do nothing.
Great. All right, so it's Lila's turn, but we can switch her initiative because I don't know how long this is going to go. So, unless Lila's coming back. Lila's coming
Nice.
back. Oh,
You're
we are
muted.
having technical difficulties. There we
I
go.
swear to God, I was trying to poke the button for like fucking 10 minutes. I was listening, mostly. Did we kill it?
No.
No, the lion
Okay.
is still up.
There's a lion. All right. I heard something about a lion. All right. We summoned that thing. Is the angel gone? Is the angel
Yes, the
gone?
angel's gone.
Okay, so we killed that. We got a lion thing.
No, we
Mhm.
didn't kill it.
Oh, it's gone. All right. It's just gone. You know what? Let's do a who's up? Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll dissonant whispers on the
And that
line.
is a what saving
It-
throw?
A whiz.
Oh. Oh, okay. But it
Don't
has a
help.
-1d4 because of the bane.
Fabulous. I will take it.
Okay. So I'm not using that d20 anymore.
Yay.
It got a 0. It rolled a
Yes.
1, has a +2, and rolled a 3 on the d4. So that's a 0 on a dissonant whisper save.
That'll do, sneaky little pussy bitch. All right. And I meant that in the cat type of way.
True.
Okay, so what is that? 3d6ers.
Oh, good lord.
All right, that'll be 12 psychotic damage. And it has to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
All right. So it does. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it's going to fly out the door and up onto the roof with 60 feet of movement.
Jesus.
Shit. I was just trying to get it like back.
It has 60 feet of movement.
Cool.
Fabulous. Yay. All right. So
It's still kicking around.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, you can hear it roaring on the roof and begin thumping around up there because lions are pretty heavy animals. So you can hear it thumping around on the roof, roaring.
I guess I'm rather frightening.
So next up, unless
we'll bardic inspiration somebody who's up.
I think everybody is at least on the stairs.
It's me, but don't give it to me.
We'll bardic inspiration Jed. We'll give Jed a bardic inspiration.
Cool.
Since your spell went down, just absolutely got taken down. Yeah, so unless you have anything else you want to do, Shaw, it's your turn. You just watch this golden lion fly out the door and up onto the roof.
Can I hold an action if I see it again?
Yes. Yes, you may.
Hold the dead if it comes back in the door.
Awesome. So then after Shaw, it's Jed.
Cool. With my regular person 30 feet of movement, is there any possible way that I will be able to have this thing in line of sight?
You can run out to the door. I would say it's probably about 15 feet to get from where you now. It's 20. It would be about 25 feet to get to the outside, and then 5 feet looking straight up. You might be able to see it. I'm gonna say it has half cover.
Okay, well, fuck that. I'm gonna cast Summon Shadows.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Just fuck it. Try it
That's
again.
amazing.
D&D
I love that.
Pokemon.
And I'm
I
gonna
love
summon
that
it
so much.
outside.
Out the door.
And
You hell creature.
Horrible hell creature.
Right.
Wait, can this thing fly? I'm not sure.
Check
if
the
it can
fly
fly.
speed. Check what form, because I think some forms have fly speed, some do not.
I
That's
don't
silly girl.
see a difference. I don't think it has a fly speed actually. I think
So
it
you'll
just has
have to go
speed.
outside and summon it on the roof if you
Uh,
can.
fuck that. I'm just gonna summon it next to the door.
All right. So
And
I'm
then
assuming it's also despair. You're using despair again.
yeah, why not? He's a cool guy.
All right. Yep. So
Um,
you summon this horrible despair creature, this decrepit, blindfolded angel with black wings that have been completely shredded, just standing there by the door.
am I able to command him to hold an action to like if the lion comes back, swipe at it?
What is it? Because it's its own creature that can take its own actions, right?
Yeah, it
Okay,
just
so
does
I'm
its
going to say
stuff
that
after my
yes, it
turn.
can hold its action.
Cool.
I'm going to make that ruling for the summon creature abilities. The summon creature, since they have their own stat block and work technically on their own initiative, they can hold their own actions. So that
Hell
counts
yeah.
from your summon beast, Velantrios. If you want your beast to hold an action, if you summon it, that counts for any other thing.
Okay.
So yeah, it's going to hold its action. The lion. Yep, the lion is going to jump down and use its 60 feet of movement speed to completely attempt to wreck your shadow spawn spirit,
Cool.
tackle it to the ground. So that means it gets a swipe, and then as it tries to tackle it, I'm going to say you can see it through the door, Shaw, so your Toll the Dead goes off. So we'll do the swipey first as the lion comes in, swipe, and then we'll do Toll the Dead, and then we'll do the pounce attack on the spirit.
Cool.
So its swipe attack is what's the swipe attack for your shadow spawn?
Oh, he's an AC of 14.
Oh, I was gonna have you make the swipe
Oh,
attack first
I thought you were doing the lion
because
swipe.
no because you specifically stated not attack me or
Damn.
get
Okay,
damaged.
he's
You
so good.
specified moving into its space essentially.
Yeah.
So it gets
He's
that first attack.
yeah, he got a 28 to hit.
Oh my god. So yes, that hits.
He's really good.
Yeah, oh my god, that's insane.
Well, he gets a +9 to hit all of the attacks.
Jesus Christ.
That's your spell attack modifiers?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, because of the Rod of the Pact Keeper.
Yeah.
Oh.
Word.
Rod of the Pact Keeper, high charisma, and then
Tracking.
Proficiency and yeah.
yep.
All right. So he deals 1d12 plus 6.
Jesus Christ.
12, baby. 12 plus 6. 18 cold damage.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Wisdom
And then
save.
yeah, wisdom save. This thing, I'm shocked it has any wisdom at all. Only a 14.
Is that with Bane?
Oh, right, Bane. I forgot he was Bane. Nope, that's a 13.
Awesome. That's just what I did.
Oh, yeah.
14 necrotic damage.
Oh
Hell
my
yeah.
goodness. Okay. So now it gets its claw attack on your shadow spirit.
Cool.
Does a 24 hit?
Is this a pouncing attack also? You're trying to
Yes,
like
it
knock it
is.
down?
Yes, so
Silvery
you'll only
barbs.
rolled a natural 1.
Fuck yeah. Fuck your lion.
Well then.
I'll give advantage to Chauncey.
All right. So that is everything that the lion can do. So now we're up to the top with Chauncey.
So it came back down. It's like just outside the door with the shadow spawn or the hole in the wall or whatever.
Yes.
So it's in the room. It's obviously within Chauncey's 35 movement speed. So I got advantage because of the silvery barbs. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Do I need to separate the fire from the bludgeoning?
Nope.
You're swirling with little embers from Jedidiah's magic right now.
And the swirling little embers, I'm going to try to bash its head in. That's 22 points of damage on the first one.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
Is
Leave
it still
some
up?
damage for the rest of us.
It is still up.
Next one is a 23 to hit.
That hits. This thing
That
might
one-
die this round.
It's going to be another 22 points of damage on that hit.
Good lord, this thing is not looking too hot.
And I'm going to have Talipo try to dart it with my bonus action. Lovey May's
Cool.
right up next to me. Talipo gets a 21 to hit.
Jesus Christ, yes, that hits.
Oh my.
It's fine. It's minimum damage. It's only 4 damage.
Still, this thing is hurting. All right. So if that's everything, that's going to be Velantrios' turn. Chauncey, Lovey May, I guess, the horrible spirit, and Talipel were all blocking the door.
Talipo's not at the door. She's flying up around the ceiling, just being a strafing, weird, horrible little mech.
All right.
Let's see. I was gonna do summon beast, but considering that I don't think my beast will actually have a chance to do anything, I'm going to do that. No, that's radiant damage. I'm assuming it's resistant to radiant damage.
You don't know. You don't know it's resistant.
Screw it. I'm gonna do moonbeam.
All right. So what saving throw is that?
It is a saving throw of Constitution 16.
Above game. Wait a minute. How wide is that radius? Is anybody else getting?
I think
Is
it's
it
pretty
radius
tiny.
It's a 5-foot radius, I
Okay.
think.
All right.
So-
Okay.
Also,
So
don't
technically, if you
worry.
position it right, you could hit 4 creatures with it. But if you just shine
Yeah.
it down directly onto something, it's only
Okay.
on that thing.
It's also
For some
Constitution,
reason, I was
so you
thinking
will
it was
lose
like a
Bane.
20-foot like thing.
No,
Oh.
it's not fireball.
Oh, yeah. You lose Bane because it's concentration, but it rolled a 3, so it gets a 7. So it's taking full radiant damage. So roll
Okay.
it as you moonbeam this thing, possibly to death.
Let's see. It is a what is it? 2d10. Okay.
Okay, so no, you actually can't.
What?
You can't moonbeam it to death. Roll it. It's got just enough hit points to survive max damage.
It will survive
moonbeam.
this.
It will survive this. Not sure how much more it will survive, but it will survive this.
12 damage.
Okay. Yeah, this thing is not looking too hot. Its fur is beginning to burn off. The feathers are beginning to sizzle and burn as well. It's beginning to like crouch down a little bit as it growls. It's not looking too hot. It's bleeding gold everywhere. So now it is Lyla. What would Lyla like to do with this walking corpse
Horribly
at this
injured
point?
creature.
Yeah, this horribly injured creature.
Just blow on
Wait,
it.
Can I actually even reach it, or like is everybody blocking the door like in between it? Like,
A lot
can
of
I
people
see
are
the
blocking
thing?
the door. You can see it. You can't run up to it and melee it because everybody's in the way. But if you want to range it, you can.
Word. I'm gonna throw a dagger at it. Actually, no. I'm gonna bonus action hex, and then I'm gonna throw a dagger at it.
Okay, charisma saving throw, I'm assuming. Or
I
hex,
don't
or
think
does
it
hex
is.
I think
just
hex just
happen?
happens, yeah.
Oh yeah, hex just happens. That's the
Yeah.
annoying one. Okay, so
Hex
it is
is just a
hexed.
thing. Yeah, so that'll get an extra d6.
What does Lila's hex look like?
So let's see. No, I was saving that one for her Eldritch Blast. So let's say Lila's hex is like she'll let's say the hex actually she uses the viol. Like she's gonna whip her little violin out and like do a little Devil Went Down to Georgia kind of like saw sort of situation and like point the bow.
The bow.
Yeah. Took a second to remember what the fucking word for that thing was. And yeah,
So you do. I think that what does extra
it's an
necrotic
extra
damage on a
D6
hit.
necro on a hit. Yeah.
Yep.
So let me see if I can hit with this dagger. Fabulous. 7 to hit.
No bonuses.
I rolled a 2.
Never mind. The
So-
knife whiffs, completely just soaring past this lion who is standing there in this moonbeam, burning to death. Is there anything else that Lyla would like to do?
No, because that's bonus action and action. So Lyla
All right.
fucked up pretty hard.
All right, Shaw, take it home.
I'll try to chill touch it. Does a oh god. I assume an 8 doesn't hit.
No, it doesn't.
Carry on then.
There are too many things in the way. And you kind of, your cat's paw kind of waves around as it's roaring and moving, trying to get out of the burning light.
Come
all
on,
right,
guys. What are we,
Jed,
stormtroopers?
take it home.
I'm
Would
gonna
you
do.
bumbling oaf stop blustering at the door?
Do I have any first level damaging spells? Is the question. I'm just gonna do a firebolt.
Roll it.
Tried and true. Oh boy, that's
2.
a 26 to hit.
Oh, thank
Jesus
God.
Christ, that
Um,
hits. Now, there is a possibility if you roll too low that this thing survives, but
All right, here we
Can you
go.
get like 10 points off of that?
13 fire damage.
okay, it died.
There we go.
Hell yeah.
You blast it with the fire and you expect it to like burn and collapse, but instead, as the fire washes over it, it turns into a stained glass sculpture of itself before shattering in a flash of light, the glass
Hey,
twinkling out of existence like stars, and it is
Ooh.
gone.
Oh,
You get the sense, well, Jed definitely gets the sense, you're not going to see the last, this is not the last you'll see of Soraya
Yeah,
Thale
I
and her
think-
lion.
I think Jed knows enough about angels and probably all extraplanar beings just to know, like, if you don't kill them where they're from, they're not dead. Like,
To a degree, yes. There are some things that break that rule, that if
Yeah.
they leave the plane, they can still be killed and not resurrect back in the plane. But things as powerful as angels, and especially things that are bonded to angels, they do just get yoinked back up into the heavens to Mount Celestia,
Yeah.
most likely. She definitely just received her lion back. It's going to be a while before she can leave Mount Celestia, just because she's got to completely reform and get her powers back. But yeah, she's probably going to come back for you at some point.
Well, that was a way to work off dinner.
now, my darling, my dear, you want to tell me what in the high holy hell that thing was and what it was doing here?
Well, I think she laid it out pretty simply, didn't she? She was hunting me.
Not just you, apparently.
Right.
Well, I think you were all just going to be sort of collateral damage, but
Yeah. I'm really not willing to be collateral damage without knowing the why. So if you would care to enlighten.
honestly, sure. I mean, it's a pretty simple story. I have a patron. She has a patron. Our patrons hate each other. Tale as old as time.
So it's like a family feud.
Right. All right, so how we nip that in the bud so as we don't get killed?
That is the tricky part of all of this, actually, because she definitely did just get whisked back to Mount Olympia. So
Celestia.
Mount Celestia,
Which
that one,
Yeah,
different mountain,
Obviously.
similar but different.
Celestial Mountains, you know.
I can climb the distance.
So I will have to do some reading up on that, how to take care of her for good. But at the very least, I think it proved angels are kind of bitches. Like that was not hard.
She was a bit curt also.
I think angels, I didn't expect angels to be racist.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Now that
people
you mention it.
mad at me because I'm fiendish or whatever, but angels are out here for calling poor Chauncey a leech.
What
Could
was
you not? Like, I was moving past it. Chauncey's repairing the hole in the door.
Yeah.
At this point,
Oh,
too.
Chauncey.
um
The big old teddy bear. You leave him alone.
and then Velantrios is like, oh, surprise, surprise, an angel is self-righteous.
Yeah, did you hear that monologue? Oh God.
And then
I
Velantrios
thought
looks
it was
to
never gonna end. I was glad when she started attacking.
Honestly, I was kind of offended she had nothing bad to say about me.
Well,
Shawthorn, is Shawthorn a human or
Ohio.
some of us
High elf,
are a
yeah.
bit more memorable than others.
elves get the
Well,
pass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially high elves.
Shockingly.
Just
Very
some
true.
natural, you know.
And then Velantrios looks to Jedidiah and is like, by the way, are you the son of the devil?
No.
Now, where does a question like that get its base from?
Well, she talked about the son of the devil, or a child of the devil, or
She's an angel. They talk about things.
Yeah. No, I'm
fair
the son
enough.
of a human.
Right. He met his mama.
Literally right there.
As Cassie is helping your mom up from behind the counter because they just like launched themselves. Well, no, I think your mom is still
Your
upstairs.
mom was
Cassie
upstairs.
launched herself
Yeah.
behind the counter.
Jed
You
does
watch
like
as
go
as
back
Cassie
and be
just
like, "Hey,
like
are you okay?"
she's like
wanna
just
go check
cowering
on
in the
her.
corner. She literally has a chair in front of her, just like, okay, it's over. It's over. It's over.
Oh,
And
come
she
here,
gets up.
sweetheart. Let's fix that dress. Hang on. Just
Yeah,
like
you just
tidying
take-
her a little bit. Just
Yeah, Cassie's definitely like
Okay.
brushing herself off and like untangling her dress because she just full on hurled herself behind the desk like John Wick just behind the desk.
Love it.
Max Payne, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Max
There you
Payne,
go.
just full on
There you
Max Payne behind the desk.
Once
Yeah.
Mama comes downstairs, once she realizes it's safe, I'll go up to her and be like, "I'm sorry this followed me here. Didn't think. I didn't even think she knew where I was." But
I was hoping that this wouldn't happen anymore. That this wouldn't be a problem after your father passed.
Anymore.
Um,
How long has this been going on?
I like stare nervously at my mother. Mom.
don't quite remember. It's been such a long time now. I think
that's a long
it's time
time,
for me to go to bed. And she
Uh-huh.
slowly makes her way back upstairs.
Nice deep
I'll,
flex.
I'll accompany her, and I'm just gonna like whisper conversation with. I was gonna still talk in her head, but she doesn't like that. So
Yeah, she's not too keen on that sort of stuff.
So I'll just whisper, and I'll be like, "Your dad had to fight. Her name was Zariah, right?"
I I've never heard that name before.
But have you seen that woman before?
No, not ever before.
But Dad had other people after him.
Yes, mostly clergymen and the like. I don't remember any angels.
Okay. Yeah. Just wanted to clarify.
I will say some angels are able to disguise themselves as humans, like
All right.
Zariah was able to do because
Yeah.
you remember, she full on visited the church in Drake's Ridge and spoke to
Yeah.
the
to
people
Birdie
you've
and-
lived
yeah.
with, Birdie and Father Hale and all of that stuff, and they didn't even realize that she wasn't. Birdie got a sense that she wasn't looking at what she thought she was looking at, but none of them figured out that she was an angel. So it is
Gotcha.
totally possible that even
So,
though your
yeah.
mom says
Jed
it was only
has
humans,
some insights there.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'll make sure this doesn't happen again, Mama. You get some rest, and me and Chauncey will make sure the bar is put back together.
All right. Well, I will see you in the morning then. Bright and early, I'm sure. And then she just lays down in bed.
Yeah.
Doesn't even change into pajamas, just falls asleep, just snoring in bed, probably still holding her cane.
Yeah. Oof, all right, back downstairs. I'll do my best to help Chauncey. I don't know, give you like guidance or like the help action as best I can, even though I'm not super handy.
Mhm.
Like, thanks, Chauncey.
Wait, so what did the lion break exactly?
The door.
The
The
door.
door.
It
Oh, yeah, so
busted through the
Chauncey-
door.
I'd like to make a tool check to repair the door.
Yes, and I guess if you can add your guidance to it.
Add guidance to it. And okay, tool expertise.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So what and which stat do you think, I guess, carpentry or woodworking tools go off
It
of?
would be carpentry or woodworking tools for sure.
Do you want me to use intelligence or dexterity?
For this one, since it's basically like putting really big puzzle pieces together, I would go dexterity just because it's just trying to get the pieces back into the right position as opposed to like building a brand new thing or carving something brand new.
So 20 plus tool expert plus dexterity. Sorry. That would
You're
be
good.
and then 29 because of tool expertise.
Okay, yeah, so it probably takes about like with like wood glue and some of the strategies that Hortensia taught you and some mending spells and other things like that. It's probably going to take about half an hour to fix this door. The putting it back on the hinges is the easiest part. You just screw it back in and glue the wood to the wall or whatever. But some of the fiddly bits take a little bit longer to get back into place and figure out where exactly they go and that sort of stuff. So it takes about half an hour, but you do get this door back together and brand spanking new.
Oh,
All right.
well, I feel so much safer now. Thank you, Chauncey.
You know, I always thought I could have been a carpenter or a woodsman if I didn't go into anything else I could do. This isn't too shabby, is it?
The door
Looks-
looking
looks
basically
great.
as new as it was when it was
Yeah.
installed.
Fine work as ever.
not too bad.
Somehow the rose stained glass window looks cleaner and brighter than it has in years.
Can we all retire now without fear of further harassment?
I think so.
Thank. Oh. Good night, everybody. Good night. And she'll make her
Good
way up.
night.
Just, uh,
Yep. So you all head off to bed and bed down for a long rest in your rooms. Some of them having to stare at silly cacti on the wall. Some of you not.
Charming.
Charming. However, we do have somewhat of a nighttime visitation. Velantrios,
Yes.
when you fall asleep, you wake up standing on the top of a huge mesa. The sky above you is bright blue, filled with slightly orange tinged clouds. And you look over the red landscape, filled with monsters fighting, explosions of blue flames, the sound of war machines. You hear them speaking in infernal tongues. And standing at the edge of the cliff is the woman that you saw when old Scrappy screamed at you. And she turns, her wings out of the way. I see you've killed an angel, or at least helped.
I hello. I mean, not really. They sort of ran.
Well, either way, you faced a celestial and survived. That deserves a reward, but it won't come instantly. We've been watching you.
Okay.
Seems
Thank
you're
you.
heading to a city called the City of Mask, I believe. Or at least that is a proposed route?
Yeah.
Well, if you head there, there is an undeserving person who is a hold of an object that might be beneficial for you to use. And she makes a motion, and appearing is a tiefling woman, a red tiefling woman, wearing a black mask, its face wrinkled. It has horns, almost like a devil. She wears a cloak that has some coins on a chain, and she holds in her hand a mace, a black mace with a goat's horn coming off of the pommel and this beautiful stained glass, almost cathedral windows of this deep black metal. The mace is yours if you kill her.
Do I have to kill her?
Yes, you do. She's undeserving, and she refused to give it back. It needs a new owner, you see. And we here, our hierarchy and our Dark Lord, has decided that you are deserving of it. And at this point, you feel a tap on your shoulder, and you turn, and it's almost like you've turned into a different environment. There's a beautiful tree growing out of the water in the center of a room, an octagonal room. Each of the walls has a stained glass window shining. You feel the presence of Titania as this woman that's made out of wood with her hair as leaves. Don't take that. It wouldn't be good for you. Trust me. You're better off sticking with Titania. And she motions, and the tree branches part to reveal this beautiful green cloak that looks like it's made partially from leaves, partially from green fabric with some beautiful golden accents to it. You don't have to kill anyone for this. Just find it. It's in the same place. It's a lost shrine. If you find it and restore it, pray to Titania at it, she'll give you the cloak. Phenomenal power. No death. Nothing. Just the cloak. You are already deserving of it. You don't need to prove yourself. And as you turn and look over your shoulder, there's still the woman with the black wings holding her hand out with the image of that woman. We all know what's in your heart. You can fake it with this worship of this mortal woman. She is of no concern to us. We know you. Come home. And as you turn back to the woman made of wood, you're already home. And the dream fades as you're floating above a chessboard. Deep black squares cracked with lava and magma on one, and on one side is this black chess pieces with these sort of devilish faces, horns, a goatee, a handlebar mustache. On these devilish looking pieces, wings and fangs, tridents. And on the other side, a beautiful green marble displaying fairies. The squares for that side green, and you watch as a hand reaches out and they begin to play the first few pieces in a chess game before you wake up.
Velantrios would like to fall off. Well, I mean, he wouldn't like to, but he does fall off the bed.
Yeah, everyone probably around 6:30 in the morning just hears a loud thump from Velantrios's room that kind of wakes you all up a little bit.
Yeah, and Velantrios just like gagging and gasping for air.
If that's another angel, you tell her to go away.
Are you dead? Are you dying?
And Velantrios just gets up and is like, I'm fine, I'm sorry. Please go to bed. Please go back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So the rest of your long rests go unhindered. and you wake up having gained the benefits of a full, long rest. The morning light streams in, probably just because of how late you all stayed up fighting this angel. It's probably around 10:30 in the morning. And the day is yours. You all may do with it as you wish. You have one more sleep until you need to get on the boat.
I just had an amazing portent die roll. I got a
Ooh.
natural
Hell
1
yeah.
and a nat 20.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
All right. Well, I guess once we're all congregated,
Yeah, your mom and Cassie definitely serve you all breakfast for free on the house. Lovely pancakes and porridge and that sort of thing. Real simple, but pretty hearty.
thank you.
Blanche is just playing with this food without actually eating.
Can I roll insight on him?
Sure, if you want to.
Cool. So I think Jed is a little suspicious. Oh, I rolled so bad. Of the was your dad a devil comment yesterday? So I got a 9, but
He just looks a little tired.
Hmm.
Just looks a little tired.
All
Probably
right.
not fully woken up yet. Maybe a little coffee will.
I'll shrug and all right. So what are we feeling like doing today? I know we do need to pay Chauncey's family a visit. But otherwise,
Chauncey's
should
got a
us-
compact mirror in his hand, and he's just like waxing his mustache handle off into like perfect curls. He's dressing a little. He's typically kind of scungy, but he's getting a little nicer today because he's gonna go visit.
And I am so looking forward to that.
He's like actually got like his good leathers underneath instead of like he'll typically throw his armor on top of like a few layers of work shirts and his overalls, but today we're being a little fancier.
Yeah.
There's also some shops, and I remember Lyla saying you were looking to meet up with some old contacts of yours.
Oh, who knows how the day goes?
Well, how about we start with Chauncey's family then?
Oh, that's Chauncey, real quick from his bag, he's just gonna pull out a giant like gold spike, and he's gonna be like, and he's gonna stab the chest plate of his breastplate, or the chest plate of his. He's gonna stab the breastplate of his half plate as he infuses it because he hasn't done it since he made it. So like, if you guys know what Damascene armor is, or Damascene the technique, it's an inlay technique. Blah 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 blah. Art history, look it up. Pretty much the armor is black with like a ton of gold filigree patterns all over it now.
Ooh.
It's very like he couldn't wear the armor to the theater last night because it wasn't fancy enough, so he made it fancy with his infusion.
Nice.
Love it. Love that.
All
man.
right.
Awesome.
He's got like one little. We've got asymmetric pauldrons in this household.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Love a good bit of asymmetrical shoulder pieces.
Oh yeah.
Jed
Mhm.
casts
I do love a pauldron.
disguise self to just like make himself seem a little fancier, a little nicely dressed.
Of course.
The bags under his eyes are gone. The like...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So you all are heading off to see Chauncey's parents.
Hell yeah.
I feel like if
Um,
the whole group's going and we're walking there, Chauncey's like, now just don't mind your shadows once you get within once we're on the property. They might act a little weird. It happens to some people. It's fine.
They do
And
what?
the shadow, they can move on their own. It happens. You get used to it.
Lovely. I love
And
that.
we might want to be a little on the quiet side. The bats are sleeping.
Okay. Does
Where do
anybody
you
have anything
live?
that they wanted to do? I think, Mr. Shaw, I think you said there was something important you had.
yeah, so you all.
No.
Oh, and Chauncey's also like sprucing up Lovey May before they leave too.
Oh, I'm
He's, like,
sure.
polishing her eyes.
She just stands there staring as this cloth is just across her eyes, which is really creepy.
They're made of glass, so they're like glass
Yes.
doll eyes and a beautiful porcelainy metal face. And
They're pretty terrifying.
we have to. We always put your best foot forward, right?
Of course.
Well,
As we're like walking out, I want to talk to Cassie for a second. Go like, hey, Jonathan isn't in town, is he? Who's our oldest brother, who's one of the Knights of O.
Oh,
No, he's still off doing things in Red Mesa at the moment.
Good. I mean that's a shame. That's a real shame. All right, you guys have a good day. We're gonna go meet up with the Oggs.
All right, bye, have fun. And she kind of dances off to another portion of the inn as you all leave. And yeah, you all make your way out of the arts quarter, briefly touching in the priest's quarter before heading off into the workers' quarter, where the Oggs clinic, the Oggs Old Promise, is. As you all are making your way through this section of town, it has a different air to it. It's gray. It seems like there might be a lot of stone dust. There's a lot of like masonry and lumberjack yards and things like that where they like cut wood and other things like that. And as you round the corner from one of the streets and start making your way towards the clinic, you can definitely see the clinic. Old world architecture. It soars above the rest of the buildings with a cathedral-like belfry on top and a small, almost little turret poking off to the side, just kind of over the street a little bit. It definitely stands out like a sore thumb. Dark wood, dark stone, stark white plaster over what might be some sort of form of wattle and daub. It's definitely different than the rest of the architecture, and it has Ogg's Old Promise over the door as you all enter, and there's a little silver bell that ding, 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 as you walk into a very dark clinic. Dark leather chairs and seats and other things of that nature are around, as well as sort of apparatuses and medicinal machines and pill cabinets and things of that nature. And there doesn't seem to be anybody in at least the clinic section of the moment, at the moment, but it is eerily quiet. Like even the passing carts on the street don't make that much noise as you walk in.
Lead the way, Chauncey.
Chauncey just took a moment.
Way.
He took a moment to just like breathe in the sense of, because he hasn't been here in like, he left Creators Hollow when he was 20, he was 25. So he hasn't been here in like 5 years.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, let's go this way, and he's gonna lead them through the clinic. Like, this is like the foyer entry section. There's probably a few rooms for people who have to stay overnight because it's like it takes up the whole first floor of the building. And like obviously a section of it's his mom's lab, but he's gonna be like, yeah, the stairs to the residential section are over here, and he's just gonna like lead everybody over to a staircase that's kind of tucked somewhere.
It's a lovely like a metal spiral staircase that goes up to the second floor. And when you all get to the second floor, there is a bit of a foyer up there, but it leads almost directly into the living room. It has beautiful, opulent couches, tables full of displays of various artifacts and items from strange, faraway lands, shelves upon shelves upon shelves of books. Curtains are drawn over the windows. It has an air of darkness about it, but there's still candles lit all over the place, and there's a fire in the fire pit, or the fireplace, I should say. And this is actually where you see your dad sitting in one of the armchairs reading a book. Actually, would you like to describe your father a little bit to the group?
So Chauncey's dad is he's also a high elf, but he's more of a I don't know. He's a like a silver-haired high elf. He's tall. He's gaunt. You can see if some of Chauncey got some of his features from his dad. He's shorter than his dad. His dad's probably like 6'3". Chauncey's like maybe 5'11". And Chauncey just a little bit more solid than his pops. But his dad, he's this willowy elder gentleman. But it's kind of weird because like he's a high elf, and after a certain point they stop aging a little. He doesn't look like so. Chauncey or Jed's. We met Jed's mom. She's in her 60s. She's a human. Chauncey's dad looks like he could be Chauncey's brother because of the way aging works when you're not human. He's gonna be like, oh, hey, pops, I brought friends. Sorry, I should have. He's just gonna like, and then he's gonna walk across the room and be like, "What you reading?" But yeah, he's stately older gentleman. He's probably wearing like a house coat over a because if he's not at work, he's just chilling and vibing a little. House coat over just some casual but fancy lounging clothes that probably look like they're a few decades out of date.
Yeah.
And yeah, that
Yeah.
is his dad.
Well, I see where Chauncey got his fine looks from. Lyla Devine, how do you do?
I'm doing just fine. And he shakes your hand. Well, howdy, everybody. Nice to meet you all. I was just in the middle of this a very interesting book, and he holds up the cover. It looks like the driest book imaginable.
Yeah.
Like the intricate biology and secret world of desert beetles. Just like the
Right.
driest thing you could imagine. It's like just a fascinating book. Well, I'm so glad to be able to meet your friends. I already know one of you, and kind of nods at Jed.
Hi there, Mr. Og.
Hello again. And you, of course, introduced yourself as Lyla. So what are the other two of yours? What's your name?
Shawthorn, hi. I say from like the
Hello.
back of the group.
Yeah.
And Velantrios just what's the word I'm looking for?
Oh, be
Not
polite.
shy. He just like says Velantrios.
Well, it is lovely to meet you all. We were just about to have tea. I'm sure Winifred will be up at any moment. She likes to sleep in late.
Where's
but
mom?
She should be coming down at some point. And at this point, you do hear the sort of clicking of her shoes as she kind of almost floats into the room. Would you like to describe your mother?
So Chauncey's mom she's probably about 5'7", 5'8". She's a compact humanoid. She looks human at first glance, kinda. But obviously we all know the secret. And she's a little bit of an inverse. She's not willowy, she's stout, she's got muscle to her still at this point, because she had it, before she got changed. And she's where Chauncey gets like Chauncey's hair is black as night, and it's from her. His eyes, I think they're often a maroonish color when he's not like drinking blood or shit. Hers are just straight red. They're always red because no really work around that. But she's so stout, dark hair. It's curly, but she keeps it back into a pretty severe bun most of the time. And she's probably dressed in like whatever the fantasy western equivalent of like working scrubs are. So probably like a hospital apron of sorts. And she's not wearing a plague mask, obviously, but whatever a typical doctor's kit of the time would be, she's already listed.
I think it is eerily close to butchers, because at the time, like
Yeah.
your dentist was also your barber, and
His
your
mom is
local butchery was
very pedantic on dentistry for everyone, but especially her and her kids, because you gotta keep them fangs nice.
yes. So
He's gonna
she's
be like,
kind of wearing something that probably looks like, if you just glanced over pretty quickly at it and back, you could probably mistake her for being a butcher. But once you look closer and you see some of the tools that she has tucked into it and some of the, stuff that she's actually wearing underneath the giant leather bib of some kind that she's probably wearing, it definitely says doctor. Well, I was just about to get changed so that we could have our nice, lovely tea. Um, I'll have to wake Winifred. Um, I wasn't aware you were in town, Chauncey.
"Hi, Mom." He's gonna just like walk over and give her a peck on the cheek.
Well, it is lovely to see you.
Yeah, I'm in a traveling group and we just got here. Dad just met them all, but well, that's Miss Lyla, and that's Shawthorn. He's just pointing. That's
Hi.
Velantrios, and you remember Jed, right?
I do remember, Jed. Lovely to see
Mrs.
you.
Good to see you. Can I roll insight?
Yes, yes, you may.
Is there any tension here?
Okay.
God damn it! I'm doing so bad on insight.
Fail.
9 again.
I mean, she seems a little standoffish, but that could just be,
I'm
today.
looking more at Chauncey.
Oh, more at Chauncey.
God.
I mean,
You want me to do an
it's
oppose
Chauncey.
roll?
No, not with a 9.
Okay.
I mean, it's Chauncey. It's Chauncey meeting his parents. Maybe he's just a little nervous about meeting his parents again for the, after 5 years
like,
of just
all
writing
right.
letters and back and forth to them.
Little weird, but whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will go get changed and I will try and wake up Winifred and we will have some tea. Of course, if you feel free to walk around our lovely display and library, but if you want to go see the bats in the belfry, one of us will have to accompany you. The bats don't really like strangers all too much. But
I think I'd rather hear more about that delightful book you said you were reading. What
and of
was it
course,
again?
it is, and he just launches into a tirade about beetles. It is the most boring shit imaginable. It's not even like iridescent beetles. It's not interesting beetles. It's just, this is a beetle that has slightly different brown markings than this other beetle that has somewhat different brown markings and is a slightly different shape. And he is showing you the pictures and everything. He is geeking the hell out.
Fascinating. Mm-hmm.
It is boring.
Where's that tea again?
Yeah, eventually, your mother floats her way back down the steps in sort of, I guess, some sort of casual wear that's still somewhat nice, of some sort. Your family seems like somewhat of a high fashion family, if slightly out of date. Um, but yeah, she makes her way into the dining room and kitchen area that you all make your way through. And you see eventually, about 5 minutes after your mother comes down, Winifred comes down kind of. Oh, what's for breakfast? And she just comes sauntering in.
Congratulations.
Also, her movements, despite the fact that she's tired and clearly like trotting and slogging, it's almost like there's a floatiness to her as well. That might just come with the vampirism. Who knows? She kind of groggily floats her way into the kitchen. And they do bring out tea and biscuits, of course. It's not quite as good as the tortoiseshell tea room. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good for people who are two people who are working all the time, and their daughter who's probably asleep for most of the day, given she performs at night shows. But yeah, it is a pretty nice tea as you all sit down for it. Well, of course, Chauncey, you're going to have to tell us all about your adventures, your mother says, buttering up a biscuit, preparing to put some sort of jam on it.
Adventures. We fought a salamander, right? We fought a salamander. That was interesting.
Very interesting.
Oh, and I didn't even show you. This is he motions to the robots in the room. This is Lovey May, and this is Tailipo, and Tailipo's perched on his shoulder.
I was wondering what you did. Those are very nice. You always had such a way with toys and dolls and machines. I am so happy that you're able to do what you love.
Isn't it just something?
Fascinating. I could never do it, but I'm certainly glad someone in the family can. Your father says, sipping a cup of tea. This family's very Addams Family coded if you haven't caught on yet.
I mean, it's not really that impressive, or they're just. Chauncey's just like trying to like offset the conversation from him. He's just like, look at what I did. Now let's not talk about it.
Well, I think it is utterly fascinating, and I am so happy that you're able to do what you love. So, Jed, how did you come
Yes.
back into contact?
Well, we, funnily enough, just both ended up in Drake's Ridge.
Is that so? Wonderful. Well, I am happy to see you again. I hope you are doing well. And she kind of turns to Chauncey, and no additional incidents, I assume?
Man, you could cut through the. You couldn't cut through the picture with a katana.
Speaking of incidents, Miss Og, there was like one time, just like one time. I was curious about this because like there was one moment. I love Chauncey.
Do not you dare.
There's just this one time with
What do you think about these shoes?
I don't know.
You know,
what
I
you're
know
talking
something
about.
maybe more practical.
I have an entire book on shoes that I can pull out after tea. It is fascinating.
Do
I
you
was
have
just
a better
liking-
method for getting blood?
I fed
just
on.
Craftsmanship.
I would just like to note that the entire time Velantrios is looking at the mom's eyes.
Oh, yeah. Well, we certainly have syringes and leeches and good old-fashioned knives, of course. Those are the modern tools. We have a variety of collection methods.
Do you
So it doesn't have to be just like full on barrel fighting.
Well, it certainly works in a pinch and is the traditional method. Yes. Or
I
at least the traditional
apologize
method
that-
for us. And she smiles and you see her fangs.
Cucumber sandwiches?
Note that Chauncey's mom hasn't actually been eating any of the solid foods this whole
Maybe
time.
we should.
Yeah,
maybe
she's
some-
just been buttering this biscuit back and forth for like
She's very
gets to a point where she
performative with her
feels-
human actions at this
Yeah,
point.
Chauncey,
you actually
maybe-
notice she has a little plate and she peels off one of the layers with the butter on it, folds it up and puts it down and just starts buttering the biscuit again. And she's just staring.
Can we get one?
So,
Chauncey, maybe we should get some of those syringes to go.
It was the heat of a fight, and they were trying to kill us. And Mom, no, they saw me bite one lizard man. It's fine.
It was honestly really cool.
Charge the contents of your stomach. Just saying.
Any other questions? She says, still buttering this biscuit.
Mrs. Og, I
Velantrios.
oh,
Seems we have a
Go
lot of
Velantrios.
questions.
Well, Velantrios just opens his mouth before just closing it and looking down.
All right.
Right. Mrs. Ogg, I was so happy to hear from my mother that you've still been going by the Rose Garden Inn. Even though Chauncey and I, well, haven't seen much of each other since we were little kids. It
Well,
was sweet.
Well, the Rose Inn is quite a nice place, and our families were friends for a while, and I thought, why break it off just because our children have left?
That's mighty kind of you. And you even gave us tickets to we saw your show last night, Winifred. You're very talented.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely.
I'll have another one tonight. As she also kind of, for a while, just kind of performatively butters the biscuit before she considers eating it.
I was just very touched that, well, yeah, you kept our families in contact.
Yes, well, we can't let one little incident change things all that much, especially when
Subtle
we've been
spell
friends for that
detect
long.
thoughts.
Damn it, I was gonna say that.
You get, surprisingly, a blank wall.
I don't like it
Nothing.
when that happens to me.
God damn it. Well, I
Like-
was gonna say I was also gonna do the exact same thing. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing and exact same thing. Cool. Awesome, love that.
Okay,
Mhm.
Chauncey. As soon as I hit the wall, I'm going right to Chauncey.
Oh.
Chauncey's just like, can we just stop talking about it? It's fine. Everything's fine. And he's just like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's just like that craft scene. Nancy like chanting, it's screaming, it's fine. Chauncey's doing that mentally.
Oh. Yeah.
But he's very composed.
If you end up switching over to Winifred, she's running through several songs in her head with the orchestra in her head, like full on musical
Right.
performance in her head. And if you switch over to the dad, he's literally like perusing the library for that book on shoes and trying to figure out where it is exactly in the library. Like you actually see him like almost like mental map the library, rotating around into three-dimensional space as he's scanning through the books, just like trying to find that one book on shoes. And that's what you get from the other two if you decide to look.
So we're all just not talking about whatever that was.
What?
The incident. That's what we're doing.
It's in the past. What happened happened.
Can I insight check that?
Sure, you can insight check that.
15?
You get the sense that while the incident may have been in the past, there's still some there's still a little bit lingering tension and frustration surrounding the incident.
With detect magic still up, or detect thoughts still up, and she says the incident. What is Chauncey thinking about?
Yeah, I'm just like
zeroing
staring
in.
at Chauncey.
I'm just like,
I can't keep hiding behind it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. He's just gonna be like, I'd take it back if I could.
Did he say that out loud?
Oh no, this is detect thoughts. I'm like,
Yeah, we're
you get free here's free emotions. He's guilty, he's ashamed, he's sad as shit. Congratulations, everybody.
Oh.
Yeah, just that radiating off of him.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have some adventuring supplies you may need to get at some point once we're finished with our visit.
You have any tips, Mom? We're supposed to be heading to, I think, the Shadowfell system and Mask, maybe?
Oh, well,
I know
Mask
you
is
and Dad.
lovely this time of year. Just a wonderful place. I know Bellowa visits quite often. Such a lovely, quaint little town. You might like it. Lots of clockwork and gears and things like that. I don't think we've ever been to the Shadowfell system. No, I don't think we've been there either. I think we mainly stuck to like little bit of bits and pieces of like Mount Celestia and the chunks that broke off of the Feywild, and occasionally delving into the Nine Hells. But other than that, we haven't really touched the Shadowfell system. We really tried to stay away from that. It has a lot of direct contact with the negative plane, which literally, quite literally, erases life from existence. Um,
Oh wow.
so
Okay.
there is that.
Sounds exciting, don't it?
Not the type of excitement that either of us wanted to really engage in.
Is there
Takes
any
it.
other is there any other things we should worry about over there?
Well, the astral sea is ever changing, and usually the best route, the best sailors probably find demiplanes to sail through because they connect to specific points that don't really move, but other things tend to move around a little bit. Um, some things tend to orbit each other, so um, if you're going to Mask, there's probably the fastest route is through the Singing Sands, but I mean that's a little boring, but it's probably the safest route. If they're good sailors, they'll probably take you through there.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to see? Perhaps the bats, if anyone would like to see the bats. They're quite fascinating creatures.
I can take them up. I haven't seen the bats since I've been home, and yeah.
Oh,
Let's go.
I'm sure they will miss you dearly.
Chauncey's
Oh.
just gonna down the rest of his tea, and he's gonna just abruptly get up out of the table and be like, bats are. Because he's also just trying to like, let's not talk about things. Like, let's go look at the bats, everybody.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you so
so-
much for this lovely meal. We'll try to keep the rest of our trip incident free. As I say, just like pointedly staring the mom down.
Certainly hope so, she
Like,
says,
a
and you
very
kind of
obvious like challenge to her. Like,
yeah, you do watch as she doesn't really make too much of a big deal about it, but it's something that you just notice because this might be something you do as well. But she reaches down onto one of her fingers and kind of makes a motion like she's
Got
fixing a
it.
ring, but there's no ring there.
Yeah.
You're both having like a mental
Wall versus wall. Yeah, there's no ring on her on that finger that she's messing with, but she's messing with it like there's a ring on there.
Mm-hmm.
One of
So
those
Chauncey, where are the bats?
yeah.
I say, I'm just like almost glaring at you. Like,
Me?
yeah.
What did I?
Uh-oh.
Get him out of that situation.
Dun dun dun.
Can I activate my Fey presence?
I mean, if you absolutely want to, I'm not going to stop you.
Yep. Yes, I sure do. Yes, I sure do.
All right, so I guess everybody within what, a 20-foot radius of you or a
10-foot
10-foot cube?
Yeah, I'm
10-foot
honestly
cube.
just trying to get Chauncey.
Wisdom
All right.
saving throw?
Yeah, but not before I use my unsettling words by whispering in your ear.
Yay.
Jesus.
So that's with disadvantage, right?
No, unsettling words makes you subtract my bardic inspiration die, which is a d6.
Oh, bardic
Oh.
ability. Okay.
Okay, so d6 minus okay. So do I roll a d6 and minus it?
You're making a wisdom save minus a d6.
Cool. Cool. Chauncey's dump stat is also wisdom. So he got a
Yeah.
grand
As
total
is half
of
the
2.
party.
He got
You
a
got
2. I got a 2. I rolled a 9, then I rolled a 5, and then I subtract 2 off of 4.
What does this
So
do
she's
exactly?
just Lila's just here like sparkling, you know, like her hair's a little more red, like her skin's a little more white, her tits are shiny, you know, whatever. And so you see her whisper in Chauncey's ear, and her unsettling words is going to be, I think the rest of this tea would go much smoother if you just tell the rest of us what happened.
Do I have to tell you what happened now?
Persuasion check.
I think, yeah, it's a charm, so you have advantage on a persuasion check, if I'm remembering correctly.
Something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll take it. Oh, it's not going to let me do it that way. Hang on. I got to touch it.
Ooh, boy.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Yes! Critted it.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
I critted it.
27, a natural 20.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Well, shit, Chauncey. I feel like this is gonna feel like it comes out left field with all the rest of us sitting here. Chauncey just trauma dumps all of a sudden.
Just let it out, honey. Let it out.
I will say, just because just because you are persuaded to do so doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give up every detail. You can
Technically, what I said was just tell us what happened. Tell the rest of us what happened.
So make of those words what you will, because you still have the ability to answer this question without technically answering the question or by avoiding the question in some way,
And
while
I
still
still
telling
have
the
detect
truth.
thoughts up.
Oh. God, you and Lila's little dynamic duo crap.
Space, baby.
Okay, let me think. God.
Oh, God.
Are
We weren't
doing this
expecting
in
this to come
front
back
of the
so
rest of
early.
his family?
I was gonna
or
say
are we like
if Chauncey's mom's there, he's gonna just look at her begging for help.
Or is this after we've like started walking?
Wait.
I mean, you all were in the
Hey,
middle of getting up from the table.
Yeah, you could
Okay.
take us
So
to
we're
the
all
other
still
rats.
Sure. So it's just us. We're among friends.
Just like halfway to the staircase with the bats.
What? Oh. And it's the persuasion, the charm, the fey presence.
Yeah,
First time I think I've used that.
I know.
Chauncey's just gonna be like, everyone else here gets to keep their secrets, but I don't. And he just looks wounded as shit.
Such a horrible person, Lyla.
And
Damn. Make a lady feel bad. I was just trying to save you from that mental attack. I know what was going on. Divulge to a friend. Tell me what went down.
Sorry, that was above board.
um Chauncey's just gonna like pause and be like, what's the point anymore?
Uh-oh.
I mean, I made a mistake. I was young, I was stupid, I made a mistake. And it cost me something dear to me. And that's all I would like to say on this matter. Could we please drop it?
All right. I know when I've pushed too hard and I'm beat.
Jedidiah is not saying anything, but what do I see in your head?
It was painful. Whatever it was.
It's okay if you don't, if you're like actively trying not to think about it, but I do want a little. Give me a little something. Give me a little bit of something.
He's just gonna be like, I mean, I guess he's gonna be like, Chauncey's just thinking like, I mean, it doesn't take a goddamn explosive scientist to do the math on things, does it? And he's just
Gunpowder
like,
scientist,
a
a gunpowder alchemist.
like, Chauncey's like, why is existing with these people more difficult than calculating the trajectory of a missile launched from 5,000 miles away? And he's just like, this is why I don't deal with people. This is why. And then he's like, I guess if the detect thoughts people are gonna be like, I mean, God, if they want it to read it on a fucking open book, just go in my room.
Ooh.
I definitely,
Speaking of-
I dropped my detect thoughts already. The minute I hit a wall with the mom, I was just like, God damn it, this is my
Am I
life
the
now.
Am I the only one without detect thoughts?
I can't
think
detect
Lyla
thoughts
has
either.
it.
Me
think
and
it's
you,
just
we're
me and
safe.
Shaw.
Lyla can't do
Lila's
it.
just also really persuasive.
Lyla
She's
doesn't
just
have to
very
detect your
persuasive.
thoughts; she just has to ask.
All right.
I guess I could ask
Jed
again,
has
but I
heard
don't.
that there is something in Chauncey's room.
So are we like are they heading to the bats and the belfry?
Yeah. So, anyways, about these bats.
Well, the thing is-
As you all
Chauncey just-
saunter up the steps.
Just
Well,
like his
no,
fucking
no.
dad, he's gonna pivot the conversation. He's like, so the bats began congregating when mother and father built the clinic because mother's condition, they like her and they like our family. And we've actually trained them to hunt flying insects throughout the city. The fever rates have dropped drastically over the last 2 decades.
So while he's talking about that, I would like to sneak away if I can.
Stealth check.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of tension. I don't think that should be too hard.
Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand. Stop. There we go. Come on. Come on. Yes. 17.
You just slowly let everybody walk by you and then just kind of walk backwards a little bit, and no one seems to notice all that much.
I want to go find Chauncey's mom.
All right. Yep, you certainly go back. She's probably in the middle of cleaning up the tea and like putting the tea set away and things like that, and just in the kitchen. The biscuits that were not buttered by your mother and by her Chauncey's mother and Chauncey's sister are being just like put into like a bread bin and closed up because only one of the family members currently eats. And just as she turns around, just, oh, hello, Velantrios. How are you? Anything that I can help you with? A book?
Do you need help cleaning?
I think we pretty much got it. Winifred is I keep forgetting the Western accent. Um Winifred has most of the dishes cleaned up already. But thank you. Could I interest you in a book, maybe? Is that maybe what you're looking for?
I was actually hoping to talk with you about something.
Oh, well, what might you want to talk about? Maybe I'll have some answers.
So I couldn't help but notice your eyes.
Yes, that is a condition of the vampirism.
Right. Could I ask you something somewhat invasive?
I guess.
Have you ever killed someone before?
Well, I have. That was during our adventuring days, and at the beginning, of my condition after I changed, and I didn't quite have all my equipment in place and things of that nature. And there might have been an accident or two, but other than that,
I
and that was
just
quite a long time ago.
so the thing is, it's really hard to explain. But I just there is someone out there in the Shadowfell system. Is that what it's called? Above board.
Yes, it is called the Shadowfell system.
Okay. Um, that he these people, these really powerful and, if I'm being honest, terrifying people want me to kill and take something from them. But the thing is, like, I mean, I've killed before, of course, for like self-defense, but never just straight up murder. And the thing is, like, the thing is, a part of me is like, hey, this is wrong, this is horrible, it's not a good thing to murder someone. But then there's another part of me that actually is like wants to look forward to it, and I feel like I'm being ripped apart in half.
Well, are you bound to these powerful people? Did you make a contract with them? Did you even verbally agree?
Not in that sense, but there's just something about them that I that feels like it's clawed inside of me.
Well, I've never experienced anything like that before. Generally, when I guess what you might call the urge to kill comes up, it's generally just because I'm hungry. And I just down a vial of blood and I'm fine. But you see, many times I've found I heard legends as well as read books on the many races of the multiverse, and there were some that had evil gods. They plant thoughts in their heads. The goblins and the hobgoblins, particularly, the orcs sometimes, the dark elves as well. And they had evil gods that would put thoughts in their heads. And of course, that was before all the gods were killed off. But those people still found ways to be good. There's good goblins and good hobgoblins. There's plenty of them. They're all everyday folk. And even in the before times, before the world was sundered, there certainly was quite a few everyday folk. Goblins who managed to resist it, minotaurs and orcs that managed to push those thoughts to the back of their heads. It's possible.
I just
Likely. Easy, even.
I just
And,
uh, uh, please continue.
well, if it's any comfort to you, most of these gods, when they asked things of people, well, if the person said no, there was plenty of others that they could turn to. They didn't need to resort to smiting them or controlling them or forcing them in any way. They just moved on to somebody else. It just means whatever these powerful people offered you, there's a quite high likelihood that it would be too much trouble to just off you or kill you. They'll just offer it to someone else.
Thing is, I think they consider me one of them.
Well, that is unfortunate. Well, I don't really have any answers at that point, aside from if there is a contract, find ways to break it. Find if there is an existing contract, find ways to break it if there is. Um, Focus on that for the moment. Because once you're free of that contract, if there is one, there's no reason for them to come after you. And if they do, I'm sure there's plenty of other beings out there that'd be willing to protect you.
Right. Right. Okay. Thank you. If you don't mind, I know you're Chauncey's mom, but if you could just not tell him or any of the others about this conversation, I would be really grateful.
You forget I work in a doctor's office. Doctor-patient confidentiality is quite a thing, so I understand.
Thank you. I'll get back to my friends. Thank you for the tea and the meal.
Of course. Enjoy the belfry.
And Velantrios just starts walking away back to the Bat Belfry.
And Chauncey's like stopped before they got to the belfry, and he's like, "And this is a taxidermy bullywug that Mom and Dad killed 70 years ago."
Wow.
Yeah, it's just an angry-faced frog man with a spear.
Note the way we flayed his ribs out to look at the dissected organs.
Yes. How
Right.
They even
proficient.
have like little vivisection pins and little strips of paper that have been carefully rubbed with wax to preserve them. With your mother's beautiful cursive handwriting over that just says like spleen, liver, it
Oh,
colon.
His shtick is his dad. Like Chauncey's mom looks like she's almost his age because she also stopped aging at a certain point for different reasons.
Yes,
The only person in their family that ages is the sister that you guys haven't met yet.
very
So
true.
question, does this make Chauncey Wednesday or Pugsley?
Yes.
There's some iterations of Adam's family where Pugsley is like an inventor.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think yeah. Wasn't he kind of that in the original? Like the original
I don't
one with the
remember.
Yeah, I think so.
the original black and white one.
Oh my god.
Well,
Loved it.
I've already seen the bats. They're great. But man, that tea went right through me, so I think I'm gonna hit the bathroom. And I just
With,
turn around and walk away towards the bathroom. I know where it is, I'm sure.
And
You've been here
then-
before.
Yeah.
Would Jedidiah bump into
I was about to say
Velantrios?
passing each other on
You two might pass each other.
And as soon as I get into the bathroom, I am casting invisibility on myself and walking out of the bathroom towards Chauncey's room.
Oh my god.
All right. Would Chauncey's room be locked is the question.
Probably not, because I feel like Winnie uses part of it as like an extra storage facility for her costumes at this point.
Probably. So yeah, you just open the door to Chauncey's room. There is a section of it that is very obviously being used. How big is your room, by the way? I know it's a little tower, but is it like a little room in a little tower, or is it like a bigger room?
It's a bigger room in a little tower with like little steps leading up to parts of the wall that have little like nooks built onto them of different things for books and stuff. And it's a nice room. It's much nicer than most people associate a room with being from like anything we've seen in Drake's Ridge.
Right. So there's probably a section of it that's just Winifred's costumes. You can tell they're Winifred's costumes. They're not Chauncey's. It doesn't really have the same sort of style. There's probably also a sort of space where there's a music stand and there's an end table with a bunch of music and a metronome. And there's actually a wand just sitting on the sort of music stand that's there, and there's a book open on it with some music on it. And then there's Chauncey's room. Chauncey, you described your room a little bit. But is there any other details aside from that?
It's definitely more chaotic than, or I mean, it's chaotic in a different sense. There's a lot more color to his room than the rest of his house that's not there. I mean, what are you looking for? That's the question.
I'm looking for secrets. Of course I'm looking for secrets.
I like
Chauncey
that
said
this is a
that.
common theme in the group.
Yeah. This is
I
Jed's
mean,
whole fucking thing. Sneaking
I
into
know. Okay,
places.
I mean, so there's like, it's a tower too, so it's not like straight flat walls, they're circular. But
Mhm.
there's like a 4-poster bed, there's just some stuff on the walls, there's some books, there's some little knickknacks and some things he made, and like a working desk and then a working bench and that sort of thing, right? It's fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Wonderful. I'd like to make an investigation check.
You certainly may.
God.
Didn't see that coming.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And then only +1, and then plus another 1. Oh boy.
Good lord.
That's a 17.
Is that enough to find?
It's probably enough to find,
things?
but the thing, Chauncey. So the wall, or at least one of the walls, there's wall space is a coveted thing in this room. In most of this house, really. It's a fucking library mixed with a museum half the space. And this one's a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and also like chaotic workroom of someone who spent their childhood learning 5 different tool proficiencies to become an artificer. And one of Chauncey's tool proficiencies is painter's tools. So he spent a giant chunk of his childhood drawing and painting. And with a 17, that's better than a 10. That's better than 15. It's not a 20, so whatever. That's still good. There's probably 100 or 200 drawings of Jed on the wall.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, I start sifting through them. What are they? What am I looking at?
I was waiting for that.
There's there's profile, there's the classic views of the head. A few of them have color, and there's like little swatches trying to figure out with little color notes. But I think like maybe at first it'd be like, Jesus, was he stalking me or something? But like these are, a lot of them are you posed, like purposefully looking or staring, and like some of them, like these are things that would take somebody a while to do. And also, how well do you recognize your own handwriting?
Probably pretty well.
Probably a good half of these have notes that you've left on them. So what kind of notes would Jed leave on these?
I think probably like teasing critiques, like my nose is not that big, like or like my horns are longer than that, and you know it, and like or cute things like that, I think.
God, the UST is unbearable.
Well,
And I guess another thing is like these are from a time frame probably that you don't remember talking to Chauncey at all.
yeah,
Like,
are they
is it?
dated?
Yeah, it was.
Damn. And Jed does not remember these at all.
He doesn't remember them at all. Let's put it this: how far? When do you think the earliest Jed remember, or the latest Jed remembers Chauncey now?
Well, probably when they were like 13.
I guess physically. Oh, there's some of them are dated. So one of them is dated. We're 25 now. One of them is dated to about 8 years ago, when they were both roughly 17. When you have no knowledge of them talking at all.
Yeah, yeah. Jed
And I'd like to think
is
that that specific
spiraling.
one does have your handwriting on that.
Jed is like, what the fuck?
And on that revelation, we're going to end for this week. So see you all next week as the mysteries of this particular group continue to unfold in their multitudes. And I will see the rest of you all in about 5 minutes.